shake the feeling that you must have saved me for something greater than this. Not that I'm complaining or anything. Amen.
Unhänten, när auren är saj.
Saint Maud is unexpected, even by horror movie standards. Sure, it has the same premise of religious horror like The Exorcist or the recent Conjuring movies, but unlike those films, Saint Maud does not have its characters confront the devil or wage war on any unholy spirit. Instead, we are given a twisted character study of a lonely nurse named Maud, and we see how her blind religious faith progressively makes her lose grasp of reality. You see, these kinds of horror films has become such a trend lately. The type of horror films that is no longer focusing on the devils or demons or any bad spiritual existence. Instead, it focuses more into the human aspects and see how things like mental health, past trauma, or blind faith could awaken some horrific things within ourselves. Showing terrifying depiction of the devil or any demons has become an identity of the genre since it ever existed, and it is starting to die. Because we have seen it all before. The haunted house story, the found footage Nightmare in the Woods, a cursed doll, or a haunted board game. We have seen it all done and remade again. We have reached a point where it is impossible to make the genre feel fresh. But this trend of character study horror is moving the genre into the right direction. What makes for a memorable horror film? It needs to tap into our real fears. The best horror films are psychological, which create empathy with the characters. The more we believe what we are watching, the more immersive our reaction. Rose Glass, the director of Saint Maud, proves that filmmakers has to imagine a wide range of real-life fears that haunts people every day, and they are not necessarily supernatural evils. Maybe we should stop making films that is beyond our reach when we don't even understand our true selves of becoming a human. Maybe we should stop trying to understand the devil and start examining our humanity, observing what we might become, or magnifying what we are made of. While demons still hold sway in the horror movie industry, many indie filmmakers have invented new ways to experience simulated terror. Saint Maud has depicted this perfectly. The trauma that Maud had experienced in her past, her delusional faith on Catholicism, and the ignorance of her society makes her the devil herself. The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers, is another example of how isolation and loneliness could make people lose their sanity and do horrific things. Or take It Comes at Night, a very underrated movie from 2017, where the fear of the unexplainable and the fear of the unknown awakens the demons within the family themselves and turn their back against each other. Jordan Peele's critical and commercial hit Get Out uses the tropes of the horror genre to demonstrate the evils of racism. Or see Alex Garland's Annihilation, where he takes science fiction horror into a whole another level. Such films change our notion of what's horrible by digging out horrors from normal life. These types of movies will save the horror genre, and we desperately need more of it. I have had enough of the Conjuring universe. I have had enough of the Saw movies, the haunted dolls, and the paranormal activity caught on a CCTV. The absence of imagination and original thinking is what is hurting the horror genre. The lack of artistic will to create something daring and original for once has caused the genre to reach a saturation point. Our filmmakers are no longer bothered to invent, innovate, and redefine the way we perceive horror films. We need a horror movie like Saint Maud, or The Lighthouse, or Get Out. We need a filmmaker like Rose Glass, Jordan Peele, or Robert Eggers in order to keep the genre alive for years to come.